Hello, this is Cash, and welcome to Good Goal or Bad Defending, Stupid International Football Edition. Now, I want to show you a couple of things in here. One of the most important things is how spaces and gaps become problems. You can see this space and this gap right here. This ball was played in, a little long ball straight in, and you can see they're isolated 1v1 here. But I want to talk about this player's been out of position. Look, he's come out of position. This guy hasn't really covered the gap, and this guy's completely exposed. Now, both of the left and right back have been exposed in this whole game because they don't know what they're doing, and they're stepping too close to players with pace. Player with pace, player without place. Don't get close to him. And I'm going to explain that a little bit further on. But you can see this guy doesn't know what he's doing, and no one's really covering this gap right here. So let's roll it on and see what transpires. Off we go. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Okay, now you can see his defensive position is completely and utterly wrong. He has either never been coached before or has had bad coaches. And I reckon he's had terrible coaches because chances are if he's playing on a national team, he's been coached before. Now, why his body position is so bad, if you immediately notice from there to there, that means he doesn't know what he's doing. He should be going to there, and he hasn't. He hasn't identified the fact that his goal is over here. Where his goal is kind of important depending on where he wants to defend. Him defending this space here is not important. Him defending this space over here is important. So he needs to get over there and defend that space as fast as possible. The reason why he needs to defend that space is because he's backing up his mate. So if his mate gets beaten, this guy is going to run into that space there. Okay, he can deal with that because he's goal side. Now, if this guy beats him and goes this way, he can come and pressure here because he's goal side and he does that. If he is where he is right now, and this little wee man here beats him and goes into this space, he can't do anything and get to him. So all the other mistakes and all the other problems that are happening is because of this gap and because of this player here doesn't know what he's doing. So let's move it on a little bit and see what happens next. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Okay, look, like you can see, he's defending the space away from the goal instead of back goal side. Terrible decision. And his body shape's wrong, but we won't worry about that right just yet. Buff. Now he realises he's in trouble and that gap has been exploited. That's why gaps are important. That directly is the issue for the goal. All this other mistakes and all this other stuff that's about to happen isn't necessarily an issue because good players beat bad players. These are bad players. But that gap you can prevent. He didn't. Look, that's okay defending, but all of a sudden, bosh, ball goes across, 1-0 to the England. All because he left that gap open. Now let's show you from another angle so you can see a little bit better. Right, this is the angle I really wanted to show you because it's crystal clear. You can see this is the danger space because this is where the goal is. That's where he's going. Remember, if the player's here, he can always run out. Oh, God, look at me zooming in. Sorry, me booming it right up. You can always run back out and put pressure on the ball. But when he beats you on the inside here, where are you putting the pressure? You can't. You're not goal side. He doesn't know how to do basic defense. If I had 9-year-olds or 10-year-olds doing this, I was coaching them, I'd be upset. These are international football players. That means these guys on the bench over here, bump, 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 haven't got a bloody clue about football. Because if one of your players is doing this at an international level, he doesn't know the basics of football. Get in, get goal side, back up your teammate, then start defending. Doesn't know it. He doesn't know it. So let's watch as he goes in. Boom, look how close he gets. Now, there's two players not doing anything. Well, he is. He's got pressure on the ball. He's too close. He doesn't know what he's doing. Look at the gap. He's like, oh, my God. This is not happening. Look at his little eyes lit up. Oh, my God. This is a football game. Bosh, he's running. Oh, my God. It's so easy. He's laughing. Absolutely laughing. Goes in. Bosh. And then goes across. Let's get on to the next guy. Okay, so again, this is classic terrible defending from poor teams. Right, so a little mini Saka here does quite well with the ball. There's a little bit passing that goes on, blah, 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 something like that. And it does that, and it comes back down, and it goes over there. Yeah, great, fine. But he's got the ball where he is. He does a nice little spin move here to lose the defender. But I want to see if you can spot where the space opens up. I'm going to give you a clue. I'm going to draw it. They've got a nice little box there, done quite well. That's not bad. I'd be yelling at him. I'd probably want him in there. Okay, I'd probably want him in there, and I'd probably want him over a little bit, and I'll be screaming at them to make that happen. All right, let's watch what happens next. Bosh, he does a little spinny move, gets rid of the ball. Now this guy comes in, he follows him, takes his eye off the ball, and this player here, watch what he does. This is when you know you're poorly coached. Okay, right here. Because what he does, He does a reaction to what he thinks is going to happen and not what's happening. When you think you know what's happening is when you're a bad footballer. You react to what's happening. So you can see, I don't know who this is here. Number 10's got the ball. He's about to knock it out wide. Watch what happens. Watch, as he goes to knock it out wide, he immediately assumes the cross is coming in and he starts backing up. Watch him back up. See this big space here? Watch how this opens up because this player gets out of the way. He starts looking at players behind him because he thinks this is going to be a whipped-in cross. Watch. Back, back, back. Oh, no. Oh, dear. You saw him hesitate. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Bosh. It's in the goal. It's a great finish from little mini Saka. It's a quality goal there he's done. It's in the back of the net box. Let's have a look at the next goal. Okay, I directly blame the coaches for this mistake because I've made this mistake before coaching and I know what's happening here. So what the problem is you're 2-0 down, right? Let's look at the clock. This is it. You're 2-0 down and you've got about a minute, 10 seconds left to go. Your goalkeeper needs to hold on to that ball. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, potentially 9 players. Your whole team is in your 18-yard box. You need to get them up to the halfway line, get the ball up there, have them fight for it up there, and go in at 2-0. You can deal with 2-0, even if you're as bad as Northern Macedonia against England. You go, okay, we'll take 2-0. We're not going to make any stupid mistakes. But some muppet has told this guy to play football with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go, and it's his central, this guy here. Watch this play. Bomph. He starts asking for the ball. Look at him. Give it to me there. What are you going to do in your own 18-yard box with the ball? If soon as I saw that, I'd be screaming, no, hold on to that ball. Everyone get up. Somehow, his coach doesn't do that. They lets him do this. This is why the next goal happens. It's because of these two players, right? Nothing else but these two players here. Let's watch what mistakes they make. Bosh. He asks for the ball. He gives it to him. Bam. Where's he going? Stop it right there. Where's he going? He's got the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of his teammates. He's 10 are behind the ball. So there's only one player down the field he can possibly pass to. One player. What is the point in you giving him the ball there? Because they told you at a coaching course to pass the ball out of the back. That is exactly what's happened because I've seen coaches do it. I've seen myself do it when you go, oh yeah, this is the proper way to play football. No, the proper way to play football is get everybody out of the box and build the ball up for a reason. You're not building it up for a reason. You're just doing it because football. And this is what's happening. All of a sudden, this muppet footballer has got the ball on the edge of his 18-yard box with no idea where to pass it or who to pass it to because everybody on his team is behind him but one person. On we go. Blump. The English players light up there. Oh, my God, look at these guys. Just going, oh, this guy's an idiot. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because all of a sudden, a mistake's been made, right? Look at these players. No interest in going near the ball whatsoever. Right now, you know he's in trouble. This guy needs to be right back here as well. He doesn't care. You can tell that none of these guys care. He needs to be coming right back in here, getting as close to this guy as we possibly can to support this absolute idiot brain wreck of a human being who's running down the field with a ball for some reason. With a minute to go. Now he doesn't know what to do. Oh, he's got to go pass it back. See this guy now? If he had run up to here earlier and gave a crap of getting out of the box, he would have already been in an okay position to receive the ball, get rid of it, and yell and scream at the goalkeeper and this guy. He's not. So let's watch what happens. Moves on. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Now everyone's going to blame these two guys for the mistake, but it's got nothing to do with them. He's in a situation where he's got no one to pass to but this character here. And of course, this guy hasn't moved properly. So his body shape is completely wrong. As we can see, he's looking off to find his mum in the stands. He's going, I don't want to be here. There's his shoulders. He's looking the wrong way. Instead of his shoulders being there, and I'm looking downfield to clear the ball. Let's have a look. Let's move it on again. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Ugh. Intercepted the ball, and it goes into the net box. Those two defenders will probably get the blame, but it's the two idiots who started to try to play the ball out when their entire team was still in the 18-yard box. The correct play in that situation is get your whole team up the field. And even if you want to roll it out from the back, get everybody up the field first. Make everyone think that you're going to play the ball long forward because you cannot have width without depth. You have to go long to get the width. If you don't have the width, you can't have the depth. It's all part of the same thing. You've got to do it all as one. They didn't do any of that. And, yeah, they kick it in the net box. Pew, pew. Net box. Yeah. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. And I blame the goalkeeper and the coaches on the sideline for letting them do that. There's no way that would be happening on my team. I'd be screaming at my keeper, "What are you doing, son?" So let's get on to the next goal. Okay, this isn't a very good goal, but everybody thinks it is, and you can understand the difference of what people think they know about football and what they actually know about football when they watch this goal here. So this wee chap here does a little. It's a terrible ball. He just does like a little hook. Who is it? Don't know. It's zooming in for some reason. Stop zooming in, stupid thing. He does like a little hook pass and puts it in behind the back. Right, Bosh. Let's watch. Boof. That's a terrible ball. Absolutely terrible, but it pays off. And the reason it pays off is because their defenders are absolutely terrible. Right, it's just a hit and hope ball and seeing what happens. The striker doesn't have to do anything because nobody defending does anything. Let's look what happens when the defenders come in for the ball. Bosh, right? The ball's bouncing. He is not able to challenge for the ball, which I'm going to show you why in a second, because he's bad at the football. This guy here is now taking himself out of the game because what he's done, he's rushed over too fast to cover for this idiot, so he's become idiot number 2. So idiot number 1, the left back, is out of shape, and now idiot number 2 is out of shape, and the ball's bounced, no one's contested it. Look, bump, no one's contested that, and he's smashed in a worldie. Good on him for smashing in a worldie. Finishes, yeah, honestly, it's good, but he's got all the time in the world to set himself up. And you're going to see that now from the other angle, and I show you exactly what's going on, not like what everyone thinks is going on. All right, let me show. Right, this is the angle that shows you what's going on. As soon as that ball's been played into the English centre midfielder there, Saka's off on his bike. Look, he's gone. He already look. You can see he's already up on the run straight away. Okay, we already know he's going, which is fantastic. Right, that's honestly smart on him, and this ball is played. It's not a good ball. Look at the gap here again, just like in the first goal, the separation between the left back and the centre back. That's the problem. That is huge. If it was a good ball, this guy would have turned, smashed it on the ground. He didn't have to. He just whacked it in the air because this idiot here is too close here. Right? He should be about here and no further forward or back. Why? Because this man over here is faster than him. Not only in the feet, in the mind, right? Look how far away he is and how far back he is than this idiot defender. Watch what happens and how fast he gets to the ball. Because this idiot defender stepped up too far. If you get touch tight to someone that's faster than you, they're just going to run in behind to you. Remember, the space is the dangerous area. Okay, think of it as that. If that space is there, this guy can use his strength, which is his pace. If there's no space there, his strength, which is his pace, is taken away. So you want to get back into this space so he can't run into the space because you're already there. He has no idea or understanding of that. And that space between there is the other problem. Remember, space is our enemy. So the space between the left back and the right back, our enemy when we're defending. Let me clarify that. When you're attacking, that space is your friend. So that's why this ball looks better, because there's a massive gap here, and he whacks a hopeless ball through that bounces. Bump, look at that. Bump, goes through on the touch there. I'm probably being a bit harsh on the ball. Yeah, it's to his foot. Yeah, it's not bad, to be honest. But if that defender's back where he's supposed to be, he would be this guy here challenging, and that and the centre back would still be over here. He's not. He's completely and utterly out of position because he's run over here wide for some bloody reason. He thinks he can outrun Saka. Newsflash, Sonny, you can't. It's boff, dumph, worldy goal. No challenge, 3 defenders, because none of them are in the correct position to be able to put in a challenge. Running alongside a player doesn't mean you can challenge the player. You have to be in a position to challenge, and they never were. Again, just terrible. Let's get on to the next goal. Okay, I'm not playing the full clip here. I'm just going to show you this little highlighty bit here I want to show you. Again, this Muppet left back is trying to be in a foot race with Saka. Look at him. Again, that gap is there. Not only is it there, it's over there as well. Can you see that? So none of these guys are actually doing anything properly because there's no point of them being there. Because that gap's there and that gap's there, that means a pass or a proper curved run from him or him will just beat you every single time. You have to all get back together as a unit. And then when he makes the curve run, you can defend it because the gap is less and you can cut the pass out or slow the run down. If you're giving him that space to pass the ball into and to run into, you can't cut the ball out and it's easy for him. Same thing happens right here. Let's have a little look. So as we roll it forward here, look, bosh, 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 bosh. Look, Defender here has completely lost this guy. He's behind him, but you can see the gap again, right? You can see this gap. Don't know where the other centre-back is. Apparently now they're playing with 3 at the back, and someone's gone in to win a ball for some bloody reason. No idea why. Shouldn't be doing that. You're losing 3-0 or 4-0 or whatever it is at this point. Stay, hold your shape. If there was another centre-back there, that would have been quite decent, and this ball couldn't have happened. But it does, because all of that space is available for him to run into. Let's have a little look. Bosh, in it goes into that space right there. You can see it because the centre-back's gone for a walkabout, and it can go either here or here because there's so many gaps, because they're all just don't have a bloody clue of what they're doing. And not only that, look at all these guys here on the sideline, wherever the coach is. I would be screaming at my back four if that was happening. I have no idea why they're letting them get away with it right here. Let's have a little look as it goes on. Bosh, bosh, bosh. And he gets another little finish and gets his hat-trick. Well done, wee man. Let's check out the next guy. Here's what I want to show you as well. Can you see the gap from this angle much, much more clearly of how big that space is and how easy it is to thread that ball through. Bum, bum, bum. Look, you can't even see the left back here. There's one guy on his own. Look, if it didn't go out here, it could have gone in here. Whoever this wee man is, he's in as well. There's 2 players in. Unbelievable. Bang. Straight through. Bush. It's just terrible. I don't know how they're able to get away with this. Absolutely terrible defending. Let me get on to that next goal. This next goal is a case of what I call static defending, right? So it looks like you're going through the motions. It looks like you're actually playing the sports ball, but you're not actually doing anything. So our 2 Muppets to start with are these 2 idiots right here who are trying to put pressure on the ball, but they never actually put pressure on the ball. What they do in what I call football terms is pretend football or chicken football. They're running up to pretend to pressure, but they're not actually pressuring. So if anyone looks at them, they go, oh, yeah, but look, I was 2 yards away from him. Oh, I couldn't challenge him because he might beat me. Well, that means because you don't know what you're doing. There's a specific term and time when you challenge for the ball. And I'll do that in one of my coaching courses, teach you when you go. And there's lots of opportunities to go in this because he touches the ball quite a bit. So let's have a little look. Bosh, as we go. Dumph, right? He's still got all the time in the world. All the time in the world. It's not bad. That's okay. But these 2 clowns right here, he stops trying to challenge him, right? So right now, we know that this ball's going in here. We can see it all happening. It's going to either go bang, 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 or then bang, or through that gap. We can all see what's about to happen. Oh, it turns it. Oh, look, there's the space. There's the space. He still hasn't recognised that space or that runner yet. And he could have shut the door if he had came in and pressured. And so when he comes in and pressures, basically he tells the other guy to back off. So he goes, I'm coming. As he comes in, the other guy starts backing off. So you still keep pressure on the ball, and then you basically rotate whoever's putting pressure on the ball, and it kind of help confuse the attacker. Sometimes it won't. Sometimes if you back off, he'll back off with you, but you've got to see how that works. Let's go, bosh, bosh, into there. Look, still miles away. Still could have challenged for the ball if he had actually tried to. Still stepping away. Now he's still trying to cover space. Doesn't get close to the ball. See what I mean? It's like we're pressuring the ball, but we're not pressuring the ball. We're just going through the motions. We're not actually playing the football. So again, what's been the killer all the time for these Muppets in defence is the gaps that appear. Look, there's the gaps. There it is. You can see where the goal's going to be. Guarantee it's going to be there, and there's a gap there. It's not big enough, though. Those 2 in a quite nice little unit together. We're not too worried about those guys. Not happy about him. He should be back over here and yelling at this guy to be back into here. But we'll wait and see what happens. Right, let's go. Play it on. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Still, look, the ball's moved. He hasn't even started to go yet. Jeez. Oh, at my age, I could be better than that. Right, bong, 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 on we go. Look, we can see the gap. We can see them playing for the gap. All of these guys are ball watching. None of these guys have noticed that there's a team behind him on the back post here. No one is. Look, why are you not yelling at him to get back in shape? Even if he's not a centre-back. Get him in the gap. Right, you can see the gap. Let me draw the gap for you guys. You can see the gap. There's the gap. There's the gap. Yell at him to get back into there. Just be in line with me. That's where I want you. Just in line. Take that space away, buddy. Doesn't do it. They don't even understand it. That's the worst part. You can see they don't understand it. Look, stood around. Bosh, bosh, bosh. No, too late now. Ball's gone again. See what I mean about they're playing at football? There's no real pressure on the ball. Off we go again. Look, still no real pressure on the ball. Bosh. No real pressure. Now the pass comes off. Dosh. Oh, look. Where do they score from? Where the gap was originally. That's it in the net box. Bit unlucky for that defender, though. I've been ragging on their defenders, even though they're absolutely terrible all game. To be fair, the defender did a good job there, stopping Harry Kane score. I don't know who scored. Getting the tap in, giving it to the other guy to score. But he did intercept the ball correctly. But obviously nobody on his team backed him up. And yeah. The last goal's a penalty, which I don't do. If you want to watch it, do it. But I'll see you next time on Good Goal or Bad Defending. North Macedonia. Oh my God, I'd run you ragged. 4 weeks of defensive training. England wouldn't have scored a goal. Not a single goal if you knew how to defend properly. All right, I'll see you next time.